So big corporations are now making it mandatory for management to be able to control your phone and see all your personal and private stuff. I mean, this is really an insane story. In this case, this happens to be Starbucks, which is why you see Starbucks coffee over my shoulder here. Let me show you a sheet of paper for an employee from there. Teamwork's mobile app partner, iOS and Android quick reference guide. And then, I don't know how well you guys can see it there, but it goes through exactly what the plan is for using this app for employers to control employees' phones. I want to show you basically what goes on with this as well. So you could see, this is what an employer could do to an employee's phone once they agree to have this. They can erase all data, change screen and unlock the password, set password rules, monitor screen unlock attempts, lock the screen, set screen unlock password expiration, set storage encryption, turn off cameras. They can do anything. Once you allow your employer to use this app, they have full access to your phone. That's what this looks like to me. So corporate America is now making employees, in this case it's Starbucks specifically, making their employees, and they frame it as if it's mandatory. You have to do this. You have to use this app, and then that would allow employers to see their employee's phone. The chance of this being abused is 99%. Maybe you get the rare 1 out of 100 employers who's ethical, a boss who's ethical, who's like, as a matter of principle, I'll never go through your private stuff and all that. This will almost certainly, the overwhelming majority of the time, be abused. So, honestly, the first thing that popped into my mind when I was going through this is a point that Chomsky made a while ago, where he said, okay, although politically we live in a representative democracy where you can pick your leaders and hopefully they represent what you want in terms of policy, when it comes to economics, we live in a tyranny. We live in a dictatorship. Because when you go to work, there's that traditional hierarchy, and you have the owner, and then you have, maybe the person who's the day-to-day boss underneath the owner, the executive, I guess you could say. And they get to tell the workers that you have to do pretty much whatever I tell you to do. So it's weird how we politically have this representative democracy where we have some control over what happens. But in the business world, if you're not the owner, it's like, oh, you have no rights, and we're just going to tell you what to do. That's a dictatorship. That's little tyrannies. All these businesses all over the place, especially the big businesses, they function as little tyrannies, little dictatorships, where you have no rights. You walk in the door, you have to listen to your boss, to the point where now, I mean, you want to talk about the NSA taking away your right to privacy, your protection from unreasonable search and seizure. That's what the NSA has done with the Patriot Act and subsequent laws. This is like that on steroids, and it's more directly affecting you because it's your boss in your everyday life who controls every aspect of your phone and therefore can learn your deepest, darkest secrets, know who your boyfriend or girlfriend is, know, times you've talked shit about loved ones or whatever the case is. They have everything. Your phone, how much stuff is on your phone that's private to you, personal to you, that you would never want anybody to see? And they are telling people it's mandatory that we need to have the ability to take away all your personal freedom. And by the way, what happened? The idea of like, oh, when you clock in, that's when you're on the boss's time. With an app like this, you don't even need to be at work. You could be on your own at home and they still have access to your phone like that? This is the total destruction of the right to privacy and the protection from unreasonable search and seizure. That's what this is. And it's coming with a corporate smiley face. The NSA already did it, but this is a step above and beyond, and this is that on steroids and human growth hormone. That's what this is. And nobody's even talking about it. We are actually kind of breaking this story here. I have a very credible source that's given this to me, and so I'm reporting on it now. And I usually do not break stories and do original reporting, but this is basically original reporting, and I couldn't say no because it's such an insane story. Corporations are trying to take away all of your privacy rights, and your boss wants to control your phone and know everything about you and everything that you don't want anybody to know about you. We shouldn't stand for this. By the way, this, you want to talk about the government should step up. They should step up and make a law that an app like this is illegal. That an employer cannot tell you. It's mandatory to do this or else. And this is why we need a strong union movement in this country. Because people can fight for the rights of labor. To say, no, we're not going to let you take away all of our privacy at your whim. And we're going to collectively bargain to stop all of your insanity here. So, wow, what a crazy story. And let's see, now that we discussed it, will anybody else pick up on it? I'm going to guess no. Which is insane, because to me, this story is as big as like the Glenn Greenwald, Edward Snowden leaks, where the NSA was taking away all of your privacy rights. Now you're fucking boss, so it's not even a distant, far away in D.C., and they don't even care about Ethan and fucking Jefferson City, if that's a city, I don't even know. Now this is like right up close and personal in your private life, where these people are almost definitely looking through your personal shit. Insanity. Everybody should be talking about this.